Okay, well, it says it's doing the thing. So I guess we'll see if it's actually doing the thing. Still got foam in it. I think you can hear me, but I really don't know. I see little meters. Um, Let me crank this up a little bit because it seems like it's a little low. Um, Program, we're gonna crank this up a hair. Okay, we're gonna keep cranking it up at a hairs. I guess that's all the hairs we got as far as that goes. That's interesting. So I think what I'm gonna do, because the volume looks a little low, but you guys, if anybody's watching, will have to let me know. Hmm. So I'm gonna crank this up just a little bit. See how that works. Now that might be a little hot. I'm gonna crank this one back up just a little bit, because hot. So hopefully that's a little bit better. We shall see. Meanwhile, I'll hit that button, exit, and I'll hit that button. Okay. Now I gotta take the 10-mile hike to get back over there. Because I did not leave myself a path. Is it 8 o'clock yet? 2 minutes. I got 2 minutes. That means I technically can go get my smokes. Which is what I'm going to go do. So I do have my microphone on. So you may hear some things. Who knows? But I do definitely think having the smokes available. Actually, I got some in the truck. So I'll go get those. I got drinks. It looks like I have audio. But I don't really know. What is this? It's all the same shit. Into my... There's nothing. I don't really... They don't taste bad. They just smoke kind of funky. Oh, yeah, I'll just put that anywhere. So these are more of my emergency stash. So I keep them in the truck in case I forget smokes when I go somewhere. It has happened, but it is rare. So yeah, hopefully the audio is coming through. It looks like it is, but I do not know for certain. It looks all like there's all of nobody watching. Maybe 3 people. I don't know. It's hard to tell. In Facebook, I went through that today, trying to figure it out, and let me tell you, it was kind of a pain in the ass, and did not find what I was looking for. So let's see if this works. What's on my mind is why, Facebook, you have made this such a pain in the ass. So it sounds to me like am I on the wrong thing here? What the hell is that? What is comments? I do not understand. Oh, Brian messaged me, sent a comment on an old stream. I don't know if it's just no, it says 7 minutes ago. So let me come through here just to make sure everything is actually working, because I can't really tell.
Jeff Killian, good evening.
Hey Jeff, why this is doing live? Let me click on live. Why does it have one scheduled for 1:29? It says it upcoming, and then when I click on the current one, it does nothing. So I have to assume things are working. You guys kind of have to let me know. This is kind of why I started a little earlier than usual, so I will get rid of this stream starting message. But when I click on, I'm clicking on the thing. All right, I got an idea. I wonder if it's linked to my TV, YouTube, and then I go to me. And then I go to my vid, yes, go to live. Okay, that worked. Kind of. Play now, damn it. All right. So that worked. I could not figure out the damn top fans thing.
Jeff Killian, looking and sounds good.
So, yeah, I don't know. Jeff, you're number one, man. You're number one. I don't know if Twitch folks are watching. Again, if you're on Facebook watching this, Facebook does not make this easy for the chat. I don't know why they changed it, but they did for whatever stupid reason. I can't bring my chat into this doodad that I use to monitor the chat. So, maybe. Did I find something? No. Yeah, I don't know. Facebook people, I would highly recommend you go to YouTube and look up Sharp Bend Forge if you're interested in watching and participating in the chat. If you just want to watch, that's cool too. But I don't have a way of bringing the chat from Facebook over like I used to be able to. It was one way, but I could at least see your comments. Now I got nothing because Facebook wants to be a bitch. So not much I can do about it, I suppose. So it used to be I could just click on the little hamburger thing, you know, and if I could change the audience from friends to public, and they've changed that for some reason. I can't, so I don't know why. So I'm not going to harp on it or even worry about it at this point. It is what it is. So I'm back on. That looks pretty good from here. Now, it's not the greatest angle in terms of seeing what's going on. I'm hoping. I went back to a different camera. So let's see how these transitions work. Okay, boom. So the only thing I haven't really, because I got to figure out my light situation because it's casting a shadow, which for what I'm about to be doing, I don't think will be a problem, but it could still be a slight issue in terms of if I were to be punching or something and throwing a shadow over my work, that could be problematic. So there is enough material here.
Looks really good.
There's enough material here to make a handheld tool, which I do need to do. But I need to cut this thing off. There still should be enough material here. There's just not a whole lot to hold on to. And I don't know that I have tongs suitable to hold that material. So what I'm gonna do real quick is grab my smoke and I'm gonna go look over here and see if there's another longer piece of that. Well, I know there is. I just don't want it redonkulong. I don't want redonkulong. Does that make any sense? I don't want redonkulong. Okay, so but it kind of looks like redonkulong is what I'm going to be working with. I've got some bigger stuff, but again, it kind of goes back to I don't necessarily want to use material quite that big. This I think will work though. I'll just have to cut it. It's got a big nasty burr on it too. The real question is can I get to it? Hey, Kevin. So I have a new doodad that I can. That's not going to help me to remember to switch cameras, but I have a new doodad to switch my cameras with, and it's got a lot of features that my old one didn't have. And I've been trying to, I spent a good couple hours trying to figure those out today. No bueno. So I was really hoping to get a chat overlay back without having to rely on OBS. And that is, I think, doable, but I just ain't there yet. So I'm gonna cut, I don't know, 30-ish inches of this. I don't need that. Let me go grab my measuring stick. Which is over here somewhere. I had it because I was using it earlier. I bet you I left it at the lathe. Ooh, it's dark back here. So this is the one thing I did not really, it's not that I didn't, I couldn't really test how well the lighting looks once it gets dark in here, because I have most of the shop lights off right now. But this is actually, back here, I mean, it's darker, but It's lit fairly well. But I'm going to mark off, I don't know, maybe not 30 inches. Well, does that give me 1, 2, easily 4. So there's 1, 2. Three. So 30 and a half would give me what I could make 4 tools based off of how I typically cut mine off. So I'm going to cut that at 30.
Lighting looks pretty good.
Thank you. I'm going to adjust this light though a hair bit maybe and bring it down just a bit. I think that'll be better. And I'm going to do the same for this one over here without, maybe. Oh, I keep getting hung up on that burr. I'm going to bring this one down a hair bit. Oh, it's so bright in my face. And then I'm going to grab my soapstone. Okay, let's do that without that thing stabbing me. Oh, my cigar fell down on lonesome. So, 30-ish. Ain't going for no exact. Right in here. It's really more like 30 and a half. But that gives me goof up time. The real question is, can I get to it? Now, I do not think I can. Not without moving a bunch of crap around. Okay, I'm gonna pivot. I'm just gonna use a cutoff wheel. Because everything is so tight right now that I can't really get to it. So give me a second. It's probably going to be loud. I'm going to take this over to the vise. A vise. But everything's falling down. Let's see. I need room to cut. I knew I was forgetting something before I started tonight. And this was the thing. Let's see how quickly we can do this. Hang on, I gotta reposition this thing real quick. A lot of chatter. I don't like that when I'm using that thing. Okay. Not a fan of the chatter. This is my least favorite tool to use. Oh, and I gotta turn it around. Arg. Where in the hell? Okay. Okay, almost there, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, well, we got it. Not the cleanest cut I've ever done, but a cut nonetheless. So I'm gonna go clean this up on the grinder, because, you know, noise. Okay. Can take that big nasty burr off of that thing.
Trail Dust 55. I guess the grinder scene will go in the behind the scenes video.
Yeah, there ain't no cameras over there, because that grinding dust will destroy them. So I might get one of those bot camera things, you know, that follows me around the shop. But honestly, the way my shop is laid out, Jennifer Patrol has been trying to get me to get into one of those. The way my shop is laid out, I don't know how well that's going to work out, you know. I mean, let me put it this way. I think this view is pretty decent and clear. But I think nobody outside of edited videos is streaming with a view that good. Just my opinion. Maybe there are some, but most are serious potato quality videos if I'd ever seen any. So, I need to make a chisel. And I have honestly never made a chisel like this, because I need well, I don't know what you'd call it, like a half round chisel or a round chisel, curved. I don't know what the appropriate name for it is. I'm calling it a round chisel. Half round. A crescent. How about that?
Trail Dust 55. Jeff Hines had one of those cameras. Seemed to be kind of a theme.
Yeah, woo, look at the condensation in here. Even the coils are wet. Yeah, I agree on, I mean, I think when you get it set up, they're pretty cool. Jennifer seemed pretty good, but she's working out of her shop space that she films in is actually a trailer, a converted trailer. So I don't know what that is wide, maybe 10 feet wide on the inside. I don't even think it's that. So for this chisel, I'm just gonna flare out this end. And then I need it, flared out quite a bit, and I'm gonna need about a little bit more than that. I'm a little more heat towards me. And I'm gonna switch cameras. Mostly so I can see what it looks like. Let's okay. Okay. So from a video standpoint, when it's not super hot, it looks great. But yeah, I have 2 of these at least somewhere that I got from Mark Ling a few years back, several years ago now. And I didn't use them that much, but I cannot find them. And for something, I was wanting to do something the other day, and then I realized I had no idea where they were at. So, gonna get that hot again and do the same thing on the other side. This is sucker rod, or like 4140. I don't know if this is going to be big enough to do what I want, but it's going to be big enough to do what I need. How about that? Where we're at with that. So it's getting there. So I always laugh. I mean, I did it too, but I always kind of laugh when guys act like making a making a chisel is some kind of hard thing to do. It's really not. Set yourself up from the start. I mean, it's pretty easy. So now my biggest problem is my taper. Doing this with a flat-faced hammer. Get out of here, you. Get out of here. So I was saying, the problem I have right now is my taper needs to be extended a bit more. There we go. Full spring works. If I had something bigger, I've only got like 5/8. It's technically half, but it's slightly, it's like kind of between 5/8 and half. Some weird number. I forget what it is, but not really big enough for what I want. Otherwise, I would use it. And I'm just going to keep flaring that out until it doesn't fit in this coil anymore, probably. Yeah, it's not always the easiest stuff to find. If you're in the Midwest or up north, not always easy to find. Yeah, not sure who was selling that. I remember seeing it, and he was asking for those sticks what I pay for a 25-foot stick. And I was like, oh, I'll take a pass on that. But yeah, I get it. You know, it's not always available, right? So you get what you can get if you want it. Still reasonable, I suppose. So it's still pretty thick. I'm going to see if I can spread that a little bit more. So that's where we're at with that. We'll see in terms of if this doesn't give it to me what I want, then I will pivot. I've got some 1-inch, and oh, this does not really fit in the coil anymore. I feel like I'm playing that operation game. How's the audio? I mean, I'm only basing everything off of what I see. I can't hear it, but nice. Okay. So I'm going to try to curve this part up. And we'll see how that goes. We'll see. I do not have handy, but this will be enough to get me started. Yeah.
925 inches Bill Corey. Boutique Gap Birdie. Trail Dust 55. Hey Bill.
Yeah. Doesn't fit in that coil anymore. Let's
Jeff
see.
Million. Hello Bill.
Let's see if we can get that started. and then I'll go find my half round. And maybe it'll fit in the coil now. I think it's over here. Oh, give it a rest. Where are you? Oh. Obviously, it's not where I thought it was. Why would it be there? That makes too much goddamn sense. Huh. So I do not have a key made for this yet. I need to do that. But I don't think I'll need it for this. We'll see. This was made by my buddy Jot Williford, who lives down in... Yeah, that is not going to work. I mean, it'll be fine for what I'm doing, but it wasn't made for an anvil like this. Gonna get her nice and hot, I hope. Yeah, I would like something a little bit deeper than this, so I'm going to have to go find another swage block, which I've got some, but use the heat while I've got it. Use the heat while I've got it. See if this one's got some rounds on it. It's got a one that might be big enough. And I think this is a Derek Melton swage block. I've got two of his, but that will get me in there. But I've not relieved these edges, so that could be a problem. We'll see. But at least I can get this in the coil now. Come on, Wobbles. Stick with me. Not bad, but I'm gonna have to reach down here and get the hammer I dropped earlier today. A little bit smaller, it'll let me get in there a little bit easier.
65,925 inches, Bill Corey.
Hey, Bill.
All alone tonight at the county fair blacksmithing. A thunderstorm ran me off about 15 minutes early. I got back to the truck and to quote Forrest, God showed up.
Huh. This is a good start, but I need to get this backside down more. That's what he said. And I might end up trying this on the power hammer to kind of give me that. We'll see if I can do it. My itsy bitsy cross peen here. Whoop, let me do that. Just peeling that right there because that edge needs to be relieved. See that? It's too much for this also. I kind of suspected as much, but so I'm gonna pivot real quick. I'm gonna go back to this bigger one. While it's too big for what I'm trying to do, it will get me started. And I'm going to cheat a little bit. I think I can. Yes. So what I'm going to do, bring this over. Brand new tool, by the way. At the conference, and I had a little bit of money left over, and Andrew Larson was selling tools stupid cheap. So I went ahead and grabbed a couple. Now normally, I'd be hitting this thing with a sledgehammer. Here. Because it's not keyed in, I don't know that I want to hit it with a sledgehammer. Because I don't want that to potentially shear off, because it's moving pretty freely right now. That is a bit better, but I think I think it might be closed up a little too much. So we'll fix that. With Pee-wee. Come here, Pee-wee. Okay. I like that a bit better, but it's still swooped down too much. Need to fix that. That's better. My poor plastic hammer. Every time this thing falls, it lands right on it. So it's still got this that I'm gonna have to deal with. But, well, that and where it cut into it on the swage block, I'll have to fix that, but there's plenty of meat there. Nothing a grinder can't fix. And then I'll take out some of the more choppy hammer marks. Better. It's not terrible. Ain't great neither. I don't know. I want it a little bit more closed than that, but I had to open it up a little bit first. It was too closed. Right here. Yeah, so right there, a little too much. It was getting better. Getting better. And then I also have to straighten it up a little bit. County Fair. We got what, a week, 2 weeks before the state fair? So, I don't know why I'm fretting this. I can do this whenever. All kinds of time. There we go. That looks a lot better, at least to my eyes. Oh yeah. But just need to straighten it out, clean it up a little bit. Back in here, I don't like it's swelled out right on the ends, right here. But I think that can be got. Put that back over. I'll put that back over there. Now, if that was keyed in, I would have left that half round up here and used it for this process, but it is not. So, I will just do it like this. And try to keep it as clean as I can. Can do it over here too, especially since it's such a small little spot. Getting that back in line a little bit. You can't see that. You can't see shit, can you? You can't see that, but got that back in line a bit. And then it's relatively straight. Relatively. So, what I don't like is see how that curves back in? I don't like that. So I'm gonna take a quick heat to kind of pull that back out. I don't want that. So here's the problem, right? If that curves in like that, it's already bent that in that orientation. So you go whaling on something, which on this chisel I doubt I would be. You go whaling on something, that's where it's likely to fail. I mean, it's likely to fail anyways because I made it, but we gotta give it the best hope for success we can, though, right? Better, but this one's curved in too much. Right there. This one's okay. Not great, but it's a fair bit better. Yeah, so then this, I need to fix that again. But I'll do that later. It's going to take some grinding work and some filing probably. Anyways, and I wish I had started with a bigger piece, to be honest. But you know what? it'll do what I need it to do for the amount of time that I need it to do it in. And for that, I'm good with it. So I'm gonna cut, well, you know, I should probably, where'd my damn cigar go? Oh. Let me switch over here real quick. So, everything's still okay. Images look okay. Everybody's okay. I'm okay. I can't see shit outside because these lights are right in my face. I'm gonna go grab my other measuring stick. Figure out what the hell I did with it. Huh. You know, if you don't use your tools, you'll never lose them. I bet you didn't know that. Shop wisdom from Rob. You don't use the tool, you'll never lose that tool. Huh? Who can argue with that? How could you argue with that? I don't like that. I don't want it that long. I don't know how you could argue with that kind of wisdom. What is that thing on me? Get off of me! That's the craziest flying critter I've seen in a while. The hell that thing was. Yeah, good luck with that. I don't know how well it's going to show up because it's a lot, you know, a lot closer to the camera, so it's manual focused. So it might be blurry as all get out. That's not too bad. Y'all know the drill. There ain't no need to cut that all the way off. Ain't no need. And you can just wring it off. So I'm gonna set this over here to cool, so I can do some grinding work on it later. And I'll straighten it out. It still needs to be straightened out a little bit, but I'll straighten that out later. I got a little rag right there, so I'm gonna go hit that on the speed file. A little dark back here, but it's working. Okay. Oh, whoop. Yeah, a smaller shop would be, an organized shop is really the key. I'm really bad about not putting things up. And then I get in a hurry and need to use the area that I've piled crap on. And then it gets moved to another pile, and then it gets moved to another pile, and before you know it, I have no idea where the thing is anymore. It's a curse. And it's mine. I have been watching a young lady. Trying to think of her name. Ray's Smithy or Ray Smithy? I think it's Ray's Smithy. Anyways, I've been watching her struggle through trying to forge a hammer. It's been painful. I get it, you know. Everybody wants to, not everybody, but people, a lot of folks want to forge their own hammer. And I don't know what info or research they're using. Some of it ain't good, at least based off of what I've seen. You know, you could make a hammer eye drift out of this. That's a really small hammer eye. Even if you're forging a small hammer.
I sent a bit of her stuff.
I don't know what size hammer she's been trying to make. But her drift geometry is a little off. And I've offered to help at some point in the future Hopefully she makes it to Quad State and she takes me up on the offer. It's amazing to me how many people I will send that offer to. And by the way, that is an open invitation to most anybody. If you show up and you got snot hanging out of your nose and whatnot, might take a pass, but for the most part, it's open to everybody. That invitation. So if you're at Quad State, if you're at the IBA conference, or you're at any conference that I'm there and I'm forging, ask, and we'll make it happen. You're not going to wear me out. None of you move fast enough to do that, so it's not a concern of mine. Plus, I can swing that sledge all day long, literally. It's not a boast like I'm some big strong guy. It's just I know how to use it. So, it makes a difference. Let the hammer do the work, right? Let the sledge do the work. So I can do that all day. Hang on, I want to look and see if I've got something. I am checking on a piece of material. No, I just realized, even if I had said piece of material, I don't have a good way of heating it up right now. Because the blower on my coal forge is off and I haven't had a time to put it back on. Yeah, Jeff, and the thing with that was, right, it worked out, but we had no idea that there was an iron in the hat or a raffle. Had Paul and I known that coming into it, I don't know how we missed that, but had we realized that, we would have done some stuff a couple days prior to coming up. But, it worked out. And we had fun. When Paul and I go to places like that, we're always, we'll do the thing, right? We'll do the hammer or whatever. We enjoy it. But we also have a tendency of, let's try something weird and new that we haven't tried before. And we're not afraid of doing that in front of other people. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Most times it does. We've had a couple of occasions where it's like, oh, well, that didn't work. It was really, I attribute that problem more to the material than anything else. We were using some really rough wrought iron, and it was splitting. It was splitting kind of like old Donnie has been when it comes to those files that he was supposed to give us. Not to get too political, I do find that whole episode kind of amusing. The hoax. Let me come over here and grab something that I saw earlier that I want to work with. And I am currently slightly off screen doing stuff with this stuff. I don't know if you saw any of that. I'm gonna put this in my vise, and I want about that much. I ain't measuring nothing here, but I'm gonna cut this off in the vise quietly. Quietly. Well, maybe. Where in the hell's my shear Where in the hell's Paul? He'd know exactly where it was at. So about a thing, oh, about a thing. What? Let me find my shear real quick. If not, I've got a big crescent wrench I can use. I just gotta find it too. But I think it's over here. The shear, I suspect, is in my job box. I think I took it to the conference with me. So, yeah. Where is my big crescent wrench? Which one is easier to find at this point in time? Big crescent wrench or go rifling through the job box? Let's go rifling through the job box, y'all. Okay, let's see. It's big, so it should be, in theory, right up here. It is right up here. Way down there. That'll be fun. Oh! What the hell? Oh, it's buried under a mountain of tongs. I might not be able to get to it, y'all. That's way down there. I'd have to pull out 100 pounds of crap just to get to it. Okay, I'll have to cut this the old-fashioned way. No big deal. We can make it. Shit. What? Excuse me, pardon me. We can make it happen. That looks like my dirty hands are still kind of in focus. Hard telling. Okay, looks good enough. I'll just use the big crescent wrench because I know where it's at. That's the old-fashioned way. Well, I guess hot cutting it would be technically the old-fashioned way, but my old-fashioned way. Okay. So I just sheared this end on a in the vise with a big crescent wrench, like a, I don't know, 18 plus inch crescent wrench. Come over here and clean this up on the grindy grinder. This feed file. That'll work. I went to make a horse head the other day, and it did not come out good. I was not happy with it at all. So let's try that again with less buffoonery. Not a lot less buffoonery, but a little bit less buffoonery. But let me get the tools out and ready so I don't get started and be like, oh no. What have you done? I swear I have picked this bucket up at least 3 times. Something keeps knocking it over. Some critter keeps coming in here and going, hey, this thing in my way. Why is this thing in my way? Okay, so there's that. And I need an eye, paunchy paunch. That one's a little bigger than I like, but it'll do. It will do. So I have a fuller. The idea here is I'm not trying to do these like I would normally do them. No fullering of the mane and so on and so forth. That takes a lot of extra time. So I'll swap cameras here. Does he look mean? He looks surprised. Yeah, I could have dropped that back about maybe even 2 millimeters. That's why we practice, right? Okay. Hey, you. Enough out of that already. Hurt about as much as I need to hurt. Where is my slot punch? Way down here. Oh! Now, I would normally mark this out cold, but when I'm at the fair, there's some other things I did that I probably wouldn't do. Anyways, when I'm at the fair, keep this a little quicker. Oh, that ain't straight. Oh, Lordy, help me. Because it wasn't straight on that last one. Straight-ish on this one. Not that one. So it didn't come out. It's not like 1/4 inch. You just don't have a whole lot of room for error. But that's okay, it'll come out. Just like that. Now, this slot opener is in theory way too big for this size slot. I mean, it would do it, but it's too big. I don't want to use this. So, hey, I'm talking over here, man. I'm talking. Should take a chip pill. So I got some over here, I think. So I'll grab a smaller one. Okay, I am full of the dookie. I'm full of the dookie. But y'all knew that anyways. Y'all know that. Okay, so what I think I might need to do is make one real quick. So that's not a big deal. But do I have an existing drift I can just use? Is the real question. A small one. Oh, you know what? This one will do. This one will do it. It's a little long, but it'll work. Not in that hole. Don't have to be that hole. Oh yeah, you can see where it's swelled out right there. So, this is not good. It's swelled out beyond the parent stock. Will it do the thing? Sure, but it's not optimal. But you know what? Neither am I, so I'm gonna use it. I could grind it back into plane. That's more work than it's really worth. When these don't take that long, I'll just make a new one. Not right now. But I'm just make a new one. Make it better. Because this hole isn't fully supported, I'm going to put the backside down. So, ideally, any marring I get is going to happen on the backside. See that right there? Right there. I don't know if you can see the shine. Right there. That's okay. That'll do the thing. I tried to forge one of these over at the state fair on the horn. The horn I picked, well, let's just say I picked poorly. I picked poorly. No marring on this one. Now, that's a bit bigger than I would normally take the next drift to. I don't think I have a smaller one. I have a longer one, which might be a better option. That's a, looks like about 3/4. The last one was 5/8, maybe half. It was like 5/8. All right. Trying to get me. You notice I'm not just trying to send it. It was too big. I really needed to work up to it. Can you? Yes. I just don't find it optimal. So now I can send it. Then I'll go to this one for the other side. Now, ideally, what I would do, if I was really making a bottle opener, is I would slot punch that wider, closer to 1 inch, and you can get there pretty quick, but I had to work up to that. But it would make a nice hefty key ring or whatever, a trinket of some sort. If you take your time, Rob, you can get good results. I'm pretty happy with that hole. And I've not been checking the chat, and the damn screen went blank, which means it's going to reload on me, you son of a bitch. God damn it. So, I probably missed a bunch of people's chats. I am sorry. I have yet to figure that part of it out. Work in progress. On my laptop, I had a little app that would jiggle the mouse every couple of minutes to keep the screensaver from coming on, or power save mode from coming on. I should see if one of those are available for tablet. Let me go into the settings, because I thought I turned this shit off, but it's since updated. So lock screen show after screen timeout after 30 minutes. It's been 30 minutes. There is no turn off section. So I got 30 minutes to come over here and touch the damn screen. So anyways, apologies for anything I missed. I'm going to check on Facebook right quick, and I'm going to cut this off. Hey Cecil, I don't know that you're still around or not, but I wasn't ignoring chats. It's just I don't have the ability to see them on my stream right now. I'm going to cut this off. It's amazing how fast those things get hot. And I'm going to do one more, and I'm just going to go through it.
So we have to watch the time for you and give a reminder.
Yeah. I'm going to cut this off and do this one more time and see how many heats it's going to take. About. Okay, you can live with what? What you living with? You can work with that? Right on. So, in almost every case, you do not have to cut these all the way off. You can wring them off. And then you can forge this, probably a bit much, but you can forge this back down over the horn. Or you can leave it that way and then just grind. I like to grind a little bump on them. I've got one somewhere. I know, it just kind of makes them look a little different. You can file them too. When I was at the fair, I think I filed the ones I did there. It doesn't take long at all, especially if you got a hot rasp. Looks like a bottle opener. Excuse me. Yes, it would definitely be the start. Should be a little bit bigger. I like to take mine to about 1 inch. That was only 3/4. But yes. Now normally I would dress this. I'm just curious. My results from just forging it back down onto itself real quick. Get that end really nice and toasty. There we go. Okay. Okay. Let's see if we can. I'm going to try to simulate a heat in a coal fire that I would normally use. we'll go from there. So, how quickly can I get this horse done? My hope is I can do it in about 2 heats. Come over here. Over here. Right there. A little stumpy, isn't he? That's okay. Little stumpy. Yeah, chin, a little proud right there. Yeah, see, I don't like that at all.
Trail dust 55. Okay, a pony head.
Yeah, his nose is just a little stumpy. That's okay though. That's why we're playing, right? Why we're trying to figure it out. He's a mule. He's gonna be a mule. While I got this heat.
J9J for Jet Mission. Long.
I need to bring these up. Well, there's plenty of nose to work with here. One more heat. Okay, dokie. Oh, he needs an eyeball, don't he? He still needs an eyeball. All right, 2 heats, not bad. Minus that. And then we'll punch it real quick. I'm gonna put this in the iron in the hat at the next hammering I go to, just because it's so redonkulous looking. Off me, bug. It looks kinda not straight. There we go.
Jeff Million. I be heading out. You all have a great evening.
That was off.
Trio best 55. Based on and drawing in an inch or two.
Yeah.
Trail dust 55. Night jet.
Last one. I'm just gonna do the thing because it's so ugly anyways. Make sure it fits in my hole. Ready? A little too small. Yabba dabba doo. Yep, yo. Alright, that's a little toasty, guys. Okay. Again, make sure it actually goes through the hole before you commit. And I'm just sending it. I'm not trying to make it all super nice. Just gonna send this one. That. And there's that. Oh, just a different breed of horse, that's all. But timing wise, I'm happy enough with that. I'll keep practicing, not tonight, but throughout the week, whatever. Get it down, because I haven't really just sat here and done these in a while.
Trail dust West 55. Night Rob.
Take it easy. No, wrong tongs. Yeah, you guys take it easy.
J.I.J. for Jam Fishing. To make one a bottle opener, you would just need a bigger hole and a tab, right?
Yeah, you can forge this over the horn and get there. There's something I haven't done in a minute. Let's see if I still remember how. Switch to the other camera. Hey, piece of scale stuck to my finger. After that, it's folding over a little bit. But no big deal. Yeah, not quite big enough to do that there. I got something for that though. Let me go grab it. Good.
If you want to stop by.
Hang on a second. I heard parts of that, but I'll check it here in just a second. My drift got, or my mandrel doodad, whatever I want to call this, my ball fuller got hot. I'm gonna go cool it off real quick, and then I'll read that. To make one stream tomorrow night, roughly 7:15. If I want to stop by, I would love to, and if I do, I probably will not be able to comment because I will be driving to Oklahoma at that time. That was a big ass spider. That was a big ass spider. I just saw, I mean, that dude is huge. But I'll be driving to Oklahoma, so I might be able to watch, not watch, but you know, put it through on my phone so I can at least hear while I'm driving. We'll see. I know.
JIJ for Jet Fishing. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, I'm not driving all the way to Oklahoma in one sitting. That's for sure.
JIJ for Jet Fishing. I am in upstate South Carolina, 7 Eastern Standard Time.
Nice. Yeah, been there a few times. I like that state. Well, mostly. There's a whole tourist trappy area though. I could do with that. But anyways, bottle opener. And you don't need a whole, I mean, you can pull that out as much as you want. I'll hit it one more time. You don't really need a lot there. Too much, you can end up breaking the bottles. And give a good half on, half off right towards the end here. And then I'll chase it back down. And that's as far as a bottle opener goes.
It's a cool state if you forget about the tourist traps.
So anyways, bottle opener this way. Yeah. So yeah, you can take that hole and open it up. Some guys are really good at doing that. I really don't use my horn that much for that kind of work, but it can be done. Or how I used to do it was open them up to 1 inch, and then, because that's really all you need, 1 inch, and then I have a mandrel that's like 1 1/8 at its biggest, I think. And then once I punch it open, I'll just hit it with this once or twice, and then forge in the tab, and then done. And if you wanted to collapse it, you could, I suppose. But yeah. But for the fair, I do not think most people would want to stick around to watch me try to forge that over a horn that I'm not familiar with. But yeah.
JIJ for Jet Fishing. I need to head out. You have a great night. Thanks for
You too. So there it is. A little stubby faced, but he'll open bottles. So I've been going 2 hours, so I think that's good. I'm going to go ahead and call it a night, I think. We'll see. Anyways, um,